Tom Bowling, and I want to share with you the beginning of permanent styling. And how we set up our mechanic or our foam is super, super important. So I want to show you a little tip here using a container, an accent decor container, and you'll notice it's a fairly nice container. Well, a lot of people often will bring you a particular container to do their arrangement in, something from their home, they already have it, and it allows you to create the styling without doing any kind of damage or compromising the integrity of their container. So what I'm going to do is take some electrical tape or very strong packing tape, and it's got some threading into it with the adhesive, super, super sticky. So I'm going to take a piece, pull that off, and then put it in the bottom of the container. So wherever my floral foam is going to come in contact with the container, as you see, I've taken and lined the bottom with the tape here. Now, the other good part about doing that is it provides a surface for the floral foam and the adhesive to come together and actually bind and do a good job. So I'm going to use the dry foam as we talked about in a previous presentation, and I'm just using pan glue. Now this is my favorite glue pan, as you can see. It's an old electric skillet. I can pick them up very cost effectively at a thrift store, because let's face it, who in this day really uses a glue pan or a electric skillet to do anything other than to melt glue? So I'm going to adhere that right to the bottom. And then I've also cut another piece of dry foam to put in here, so it allows me to do some more designing on the surface here. So I'm going to go ahead and spread that with some glue. Now I want you to keep in mind that all these things that we're using, the glue and the dry foam and the tape, all of those kind of lump in together as a mechanic's charge, because no matter where your sourcing is on the glue, on the dry foam, etc., they're never given away, and so therefore you as a designer can't give those away either. So you need to be mindful and know how much your expenses are when you actually put in every piece of foam or whatever the mechanic is. So the tape and the glue and the foam all get put together as a mechanic's charge, and that gets put into your cost of goods sold. Now, as you can see, I've waited just a little bit of time here before I actually take and do what's called contouring of the floral foam. Now, I can do this whether it's in fresh foam or whether it's in dry foam, either one. What I'm going to do is create less surface, so when I actually go to design, I don't have to fill up so much. Now, also another tip is for you to really almost put that floral foam at the surface, which is an option. Bottom line is, I don't want it sticking up so high that it takes so much mechanics to actually cover that up. So I'm going to do a little contouring, as you see here. Those little bits and pieces, I'm just kind of pushing down into the bottom and filling up those edges here. That actually helps secure that foam in place. And what are you going to do with it? You're going to throw it away anyway. So as you can see now, what I've done here is to get my foam prepped and my container prepped. I'm going to set that one aside for just a minute. And let's do it again. So this time I'm using, again, one of the chalice containers, and I've contoured the edges. I've beveled off the edges here of the dry foam, and I'm actually just going to kind of roll that in place. Now, obviously, if I'm rolling it versus spreading it with my stick here, it's going to add more foam to the surface, or more glue to the surface of the foam, which is okay, because I want to insert that and get it into the chalice in a really strong manner. Same technique, and once you get used to doing this, it becomes almost like a mindless operation whether it be dry foam or fresh foam. Again, contouring the edges of the floral foam, making sure that it's in there good and solid. Using those little bits and scraps pieces here, tuck those down in place. And now I'm almost ready to create my first arrangement. So when you get used to doing that, you can set these up well in advance, knowing that you're going to, maybe create these for a particular event, or you've got a contract that you're doing multiples. You can set these containers up because really, bottom line is the foam is dry. It's not going to disintegrate. You don't have to worry about the shelf life on that. So that's just a little couple tricks and tips for you to get ready and build up your first design.